Okay, today I'm gonna go through these questions. These are grade 6 math competition questions. As you can see, there are math competition kind of questions which are offered to the primary students. So I'm gonna go through these questions and we'll go through all these questions and all these questions up to there. So let's get started. Thank you. Now the first question, it says evaluate 4 minus 1 over 4 times 4. That should be really easy. When you're dealing with this type of questions, first you focus on board mass. Okay, you need to make sure you deal with your brackets first. Okay, so now how do we do that? Let's start with this. I need to make sure that I've got okay, now let's have board mass. So the first thing first, I want you to focus on its board mass. Okay, so I'll write it down here. It's very important. Board mass. So you deal with your brackets first, and then you have your division, multiplication, and addition. The last one is subtraction. So in this case, we have got 4 minus 1 over 4 multiplied by 4. So we need to solve the multiplication first. Okay, so we can the division is fine, it is simplified already, so then we can focus on the multiplication. So we see when this can cancel out. This is the same as we have got 1 division by we have 4 divided by 1 there, so that is the same. So now what's going to happen is this 4 cancel out that 4. Like, how many times does 4 go to the other 4? It goes to 1 times. So now we have got 4 minus 1, which is 3. Now, meaning our answer there is B. Our answer there is B. Okay, that was the first part. Now let's move to the second question. Second question, it says, what is 12 divided by 7? Correct to 2 decimal digits. Okay, so now how do we solve that? Now you can use the simplest method, which I will show you now, is the method that I think at this level we should know. Let me write it down here. It's a division method. So I'm going to use a division method. I must write 12 there. Then I've got 7. Okay. Does 7 go to 1? The answer will be no, it doesn't. And does it go to 12? Yes, it does. How many times? 1 time. Now 1 time is 7. It's what? It is 7. Okay. So, of course, we cannot have 2 minus 7. So we borrow the 1 in there, then we have it in the 2, which is 12. So you don't have even to do that because we're going to have the same number. So what is 12 minus 7? 12 minus 7, it is 5. Okay, that's 5. Does 7 go to 5? No, it doesn't. So we have our dot there. Now we add 0 there. Okay, that is 50. Does 7 go to 50? Yes, it does. How many times? I know it does go to 49. It goes to 7 times. So it goes to 7 times. So 7 times 7, that is 49. Okay, so 50 minus 49, I can just do that, which is, you can say that you borrow 1 and you have 4 left, and then you put that on 0, in front of 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 9, then you have got 1, and 4 minus 4 is 0. So does 7 go to 1? Of course it doesn't, so we add the 0 in there. Then does 7 go to 10? Yes, it does. How many times? 1 time. Okay, so then the question wants us to find 12 divided by 7 to 2 decimal digits. So we have found 1.71, which is 2 decimal digits. Okay, so now we check the answer in there, which is C. The answer is C for this question. Okay, the third question, it says if 6n minus 2 is equals to 22, then n it is equals to, we need to find that. Okay, now how do we do that? Let's write down what we are given. We are given 6n to be minus 22 equals to 22. So what we could do is we could move this 2n to the other side. Because it's minus 2, you can add 2 both sides. So when we move the 2 to the other side, it becomes positive. Then it's 22 plus 2. This will give us 24. Then we have got 6n. We want to know what the n is. So we will divide both sides by 6 to cancel out the 6 on this side. Then we have got n equals to 24 divided by 6. It is 4. Then again, the answer is C. Okay. Question 4. Evaluate 101 times 100 minus 100 times 100. So how do you evaluate that? Okay, another way, the simplest way here is to find a common factor. So let's write this down quickly. I like to use white. 101 multiplied by 100 minus 100 multiplied by 100. Okay, now the easiest, simplest way, when you look at this, multiplying 101 by 100 and multiplying 100 by 100 is just another method which you can go for, but it's just long. So now this one, I can simply find a common value, okay, for both sides. So 100 is it appears on both sides, which is here. We've got 2 of them, but I just want to move only 100 here and open the brackets. When I take out 100 and then I'm left with 101, if I multiply this 101 by 100, I'll get the 101 times 100 minus, I take out only 100. Then that is what I have. I'm left with only 100. Then now I know how to simplify this. Okay, now what is 101 minus 100? I know it's 1, and 100 times 1 is 100. Now the answer is A. Simple as that. Okay, the answer is A. Now, question 5. What is the best estimate of 300 grams of cheese at 59 rand 99 cent per kg? Let's see. 300 gram, if we look at, we need to find the estimate of that. Now, per kg, they are selling it for 59 rand and 99 cents. But now we are going to buy only 300 gram. Okay, not 1 kg. So how much will we pay for 300 gram when they weigh that? Okay, so the simplest way, and actually the quickest way, first of all, if you notice 59.99, it's just approximate, it's almost need a white pen here. It's almost 60 rand. It's almost 60 rand. Okay, but anyway, we will just approximate value. Okay, so let's first approximate that. Okay, then we use that. So now we have 60 rand. It's an estimate multiplied by, this is 300 gram. We are buying for 300 gram, but we are being charged per kg. So let's convert 300 gram to the kg, which is dividing 300 by 1000. Okay, so now we need to find the value. We just approximated that 59 rand 99 to 60 rand, which there's nothing wrong with doing that. And because we're looking for the estimate, the closest amount that we'll get in there. So now let us quickly cancel out what is cancelable. 0 cancel the 0, 0 cancel that 0. We have another 0 in there. That 0 will cancel that 0. Okay, so we have got 6 times 3 over 1, which is 18. Okay, then we can see the answer will be A, because we are approximating 18 rand. Okay, so that is one way of doing that. Okay. Question 6, it says, in the following addition problem, find A multiplied by B. Okay, now we are given the addition problem is BB plus ABB plus ABB will give us 831, which means when we are adding B plus B plus B, they must give us 1. So we need to start from there. Okay, what are the values that we can add, okay, and give us 1? Now, the possibility that we have here to get 1, let's start by 1. Let's start by 1 itself. We can get 1. So the next one we have got, it's 11. 11 will give us 1 on that side. Okay, another one we have got 21. 21 will give us 1 on that side. Another one we have got 31. 31 will give us 1 on that side. Another one is 41 will give us 1 on that side. So let's start with the first one. If B is 1, then 1 plus 1 plus 1 is going to give us 3. So that this one will not work. Let's eliminate that. That will not work. What about 11? Let's check. What can B be? So that when we add this, give us 11. Impossible to have that for the same value of B. So that it's also out. Let us check 21. What values that we can add to as B plus B plus B to give us 21? I think we could find something here. Let's work on 21. For example, there is 7 plus 7 plus 7. This gives us 21. I think we can try it and see what we get. Okay, now if we add, now I'm going to write here 7 and 7. I want to see what I will get. 7, 7, 7, and 7. I am trying. I'm not sure if this will give me the answer. Now 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21, and then I carry 2. This gives me 21. This give me 21. Then it's 21 plus 2. They give me 3. Okay, so it's 23. Then I carry 2. That's good so far. So what are the values that A can be, which I can have A plus A and plus 2 and gives me 8. Okay, and I just need to solve for A. Then I can simplify this. I said I've got 2A, then I've got 8 minus 2, then I have 6, then I will divide both sides by 2, then cancel out, the 2 cancels out, which I don't like to cancel out that way. I prefer using a different color for canceling out that. I like red or with blue, doesn't matter as long as canceling out with different colors. So, and 6 divided by 2, it is 3. Now I can now put 3 there and put 3 there. Then when I add 2 plus 3 plus 3, this will give me 8. Now I want to see what is A times B. A times B is 3 times 7. This gives me 21. So the answer is 21. It's A. Okay. Question 7, it says, a vendor sold 20 kg of onions. After selling 3 over 8 of the remainder, vendor had 25 kg of onions of the left. I think it meant onions left. How many kg onions did the vendor start with? How many kg onions did the vendor start with? Okay, so we need to find that. So first of all, a vendor sold 20 kg of onions from where we do not know. Okay, so after selling 3 over 8 of the remainder. So now let's start by saying when the vendor started selling, sold X amount, or he had X amount of the onions, and then from then he sold 20 kg from that. Okay, now let's replace the amount of onions, which we don't know how much he had, by X. Okay, then he sold 20 kg. So now after selling 3 over 8 of the remainder, okay, so he's selling now 3 over 8 of this remainder, which is X minus 20. Vendor had 25 kg of onions left. Okay, so now what is left actually? Okay, what is left? And what is left, it is 5 over 8. The remainder that is left, it is actually 5 over 8. This is what is left. because he sold 3/8 from the remainder of, which is x minus 20, and then what is left, it is 5/8. And then what is, the vendor had 25 kg of the onions left, so now he had 25 kg of the onions left. Okay, so in a simpler way, what you could do is, let's have, so you will understand, let me break it down quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's have the last one, 8. Now, he had x minus 20 for each, okay, of this. X minus 20 for each of this. Eight of them, because the set is, it is. Now, what happened is that he sold 3/8. So this is gone. That is gone. That is gone. 3. What is left? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is x minus 20 times 5. Out of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8/8. So this is actually how we get that. Okay, so you understand that. That is how we are getting x minus 20 multiplied by 5/8. So when you do that, and then you will see exactly what we are getting. So we know that this, the remainder of that, it is equals to 25 kg. Okay, so now we can simplify this. So what I would like to do here, simplest way is, I will leave this alone, and I'm multiplying this by 8. So to cancel 5/8, I'm going to multiply this by 5/8. What I do on the left hand side, I always do on the right hand side. What I do on the right hand side, I always do on the left hand side. Now, this will cancel that, and that 8 will cancel the 8, and 5 goes to 5 times to the 25. Okay, so then now I have x minus 20 equals to 5 multiplied by 8. 5 multiplied by 8, it is 40. Now I'm solving for x, then I move 20 to the right side, and then it changes the sign, becomes 40 plus 20, which is 60. Then I look for the answer there, that is 16. Then we have found it at D. Okay, that is what we had originally. So that is what we had. Thank you. Let's move to the next question. Okay, now question 8, it says, Tashna missed the 200 meters record, which was 22.9 seconds by 2.7 seconds. So initial record was 22.9, and Tashna missed it by 2.7 seconds rather. What was Tashna's time in seconds? How much of time did Tashna run in seconds? So to get that, it's simply let's add the time that was the record, the previous record, we add by the time Tasha missed. Okay, it's not, it is 2.7. So now let's add that quickly. 9 plus 7, that is 16. So we have 6. We carry 1 to the other side, and then we put the point in there. 1 plus 2 plus 2, this is 5. And then 2 plus 0, this is 2. So it's 25.6. Okay, that was really very nice and quicker, which is B. So this is the time that Tasha ran, 25.6 seconds. Let's move to next question. Now, question 9, it says the actual distance between Beechwood and Palmwood is 480 kilometers. The map distance is 20 centimeter. The map distance, which means the map on the paper, okay, shows that it's 20 centimeter. If the actual distance between Palmwood and Gemwood is 192 kilometers, then determine the map distance between the two towns in centimeter. So now let's write it down, which means this is a direct proportion. Okay, so which means if the distance between the Beechwood and Palmwood increases, let's say it was like 600, the map distance will also increase. Okay, so this is now it becomes like really straightforward to solve this. Let's have 480 kilometer. This equals to 20 centimeter. Then we have got 192 kilometer. This equates to x. We don't know. Okay, that's what we are looking for. Okay, so now if 480 it is equals to that 20 centimeter, we can simply cross multiply to find for x. So we can multiply this with that 192 multiplied by 20, and then we multiply x with 480. Okay, then and we have got x multiplied by 480. I can leave out the kilometers and the centimeters. Okay, and we have got 20 centimeter multiplied by 192. Okay, so I can now do that, and I have I don't want this 480 this side. I divide by 480, and I divide by 480 both sides, and then I've got x equals to that. Now we need to calculate that. Of course, remember, we do not have a calculator. We don't use a calculator. So now let's first find, okay, there's another easy way, okay, that I'm thinking of right now. The easy way that we could also do this is canceling the zeros in there. Okay, if we can cancel the zeros, that will be a better way. Okay, now let's cancel that. Now we have canceled that. Now I'm going to calculate 192 multiplied by 2. What is that? 2 times 2, it is 4. 2 times 9, it's 18. We carry 1. Okay, 2 times 1, it is 2 plus 1, it is 3. So now in here I've got 384 divided by 48. Now can use now a long division. Okay, this I'm done with it. Now let's use the division method. I have 48. I want to divide it here. as you can see, I still have like 48 doesn't go to 3 and doesn't go to 38. It goes to 384. So this long division doesn't really help, does it? Not really. So what am I going to do? It's simple. Now when I'm dealing with this, I can add 48 plus 48, okay, and see what I get. I can keep on adding until I reach this value of 384 or close to it. Okay, so let's try that and see what we get. Okay, 8 plus, or you could use a guess method. Okay, let me use a guess method. Okay, I can see here, for example, 48. I can round it. Let me use a guess method. I think a guess method will be far much quicker. Okay, I'll use a guess method. Now, if I'm guessing here, I can roughly 48 can see it's approximating approximate 50. So 384, I can approximate it to be 350. I want to be on the safe side. Now, how many times does 50 goes to 350? So I know that it's 200. 50 goes to 100 2 times. So now to 300, it will go to 2 times 3, which is 6 times. So I wrote something there, didn't mean to write. Then this is 6, and to 350, then it will go to 6 plus 1, which is 7 times. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 48 multiplied by 7. I'm using that to approximate that. So 7 times 48, what is it? 7 times 8 rather. Okay, what is 7 times 8? I know 7 times 7 is 49. So 49 plus 7. Then I've got 56. Then I've got carry 5 in there. Now 7 times 4, I have 28. Because 7 times 3 is 21 plus 7 is 28 plus 5 is 28 plus 5. And then I've got it to 3. Then we'll try again to add 48 on that. So now I'm trying to add 48 and see what I get. Okay, because I haven't reached that. Let me try to add 48. If I add 48, 6 plus 8, it is 14, carry 1, 1 plus 3 plus 4, that is 8, and 3 plus 0 is that. There it is. So how many? I've got 7 there, and I've got another one, which is 7 plus 1, so it is 8. Now I know 48 goes to 384 8 times. So the answer here is 8, which is A. Okay, that required a little bit of calculations. So to recap quickly, we needed to cross multiply there, and then to simplify this, we needed to just cancel out the zeros in there. Then we have 2 times 192, and we get 384. Then we need to know how many times does 48 go to 384. Long division disappointed us, didn't really help us in this situation. We used the guess method, approximated 48 to 50. So and approximated 384 to 350, so that we can say how many times does 50 go to 350, which is straightforward. It's easy to get that. It goes 7 times 7 times 48. We got 336. We added 48 to see if if we add 48, it will give us 384 or closer value or more than that. It gave us exactly 384. How many 48 do we have in total? We have got 8 of them. 7 plus 1, then 8. That's how we got the answer. Okay. Question 10. When the 4-digit number 34M7 is divided by 7, the remainder is 2. The value of M is... Okay, now here, let's quickly do a try and error. The quickest way to get this is to use these values that they gave us. Okay, now let's start with the 5 because it's the first one. We need to substitute M by 5. I want to use a white color. Now let's substitute M. Let's assume M8 is equals to 5 and then see what we get. Now we will have 7 divided by 3, 4. Instead of M, we are going to put 5. So it's going to be 5 and 7. Okay, so let's solve that and see if the remainder will be 2. How many times does 7 go to 3? Nope. How many times does 7 go to 34? And then it goes to 34 4 times. 4 times 7, we get 28. Okay, so now remember, 7, how many times does it go to 34? It goes to 4 times. 4 multiplied by 7, that's what we get 28. Okay, now we need to subtract that already. Okay, we need to subtract this 34 from 28. So first thing first, we have to borrow. Let's borrow 1. Now we are left with 2, and we have 14 there. 14 minus 8, it's 6. Now 2 minus 2 is 0. Then we just leave that. And then let's bring 5 in there. Does 7 go to 6? Of course, no. Does 7 go to 65? Yes, it goes. It goes 9 times. You can always check that and say 9 times 7. That will give you 63. Okay. Then that is 63. Then 5 minus 3, it is 2. That looks like the remainder we are looking for. No, we still have 7 there. So let's bring 7 down. Okay, 6 minus 6, of course, is 0. Now, does 7 go to 2? No, does it go to 27? It goes. Actually, just missed a little bit. 28, it will go 4 times, but now it will go 3 times. Okay, because it's 27. 3 times 7 is 21. Now, 7 minus 1 is 6. 2 minus 2 is 0. The remainder here, it is 6. This is the remainder. Then M cannot be 5. Now let's try the next one. It's 6. Let's say M is 6. See what we get. We're going to apply the same method. 3, 4, 6, 7. Now we use the same thing. There's going to be the same values for this one. So how many times does 7 go to 34? It goes to 4 times. 4 times 7 is 28. Then we borrow 1 there. And then we are left with 2. 14 minus 8, it is 6. and 2 minus 2, it is 0. We bring the 6 down here. Okay, then we have again 7. How many times does it go to 66? It goes there 9 times. 9 times is 7. It is 63. 9 times 7 is 63. Then we have 6 minus 3. It is 3. 6 minus 6 is 0. Of course, we bring the 7 down. How many times does 7 go to 37? It goes 35. 5 times. 35 times 7, it is 35. Okay, 5 times 7 is 35. Now 7 minus 5, it is 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. This is the remainder. Then I found my answer. The remainder is 2. Then as long as I found the remainder to be 2, this is my answer B. Now, what you could also do for further practice, you can just double check the others. Okay, questions. But for this, I found my answer. I stop right there. And I've got B as my answer. Okay. Then you can check by applying the same method to make M to be equal to 7, and make M to be equals to 8, and make M to be equals to 9, and see what you will get. Okay. Question 11. Determine the fraction x such that 1 over 4 is midway between x and 1 over 3. Now we need to determine 1 over 4 is midway between x and 1 over 3. Now let's draw our kind of a diagram. I don't like that color there. I want white. Let's have our thing. Let's have this. Now let's read again. Determine the fraction x such that 1 over 4 is midway between x and that. So midway, we have got 1 over 4, and then we have got 1 over 3, and we have x right there. So 1 over 4 is between x and 1 over 3. Now we need to find the value of x. Okay, I just wrote it like that. Okay, the question is, what is this? What is this? 1 divided by 3. This is how many times goes that? How many times goes that? And then how many times does 3 go to 10? We put that. It goes 3 times and it continues like that. Okay, now let's bring the other one. This is how many times does it go there? 0. How many times does it go to 10? 2 times. Okay, so why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? I want to see if really I put my things in the right order of the number line. So which is really correct in this situation, so I can carry on and solve the problem. Now okay, I put it nicely. The question was gonna be, should I write it the other way, like this, or what? So now I know. Okay, I put my things really nicely. If you are not sure, maybe this is not clear to you, which one is bigger, you better use this. That this one is bigger than the other one. 3 is bigger than 2. So you can use that method to find out which one is bigger. But this is really not a big issue in this situation. Now I'm gonna delete that because that's not what we are focusing on. Okay, we are focusing on finding x. in this situation. Now let's find x quickly. Now to find this, we know that x minus that will be the same distance. This distance, it's equal. They are equal. So which means x minus 1 over 4 will be the same as 1 over 4 minus 1 over x. 1 over 4, no, minus 1 over 3 rather. Okay, we know that is true. Okay, the same distance. X minus 1 over 4 will be the same as 1 over 4 minus 1 over 3. In that order, please. In that order. So now I'm going to solve for x. So solving for x, I will move this to the other side. Then I will have 1 over 4. The sign will change. It will become 1 over 4 and minus 1 over 3. Now simple 1 over 4. Now I can see they have got the same denominator, so I can simplify this by just adding 1 plus 1. So I have 2 over that. Okay, I leave it like that. Just leave it like that. Okay, and to be like, okay, just want to continue here. And then I've got x equals 2. Now this, they've got 4. I've got 4 and 3. What's the lowest common denominator? Is 12. Okay, the lowest common denominator is 12. Now, how many times does 4 go to 12? It goes to 3 times. Now, the 3 times 2. 3 times 2. Okay, the 2 is the numerator there. Okay, minus how many times does 3 go to 12? It goes to 12 4 times. So I'll have 4 times 1. So let me put this in the brackets quickly, and this 1 is the same one that we always had, is this one there. So now I've got 3 times 2, which is 6, minus 4 times 1, it's 4 divided by 12. What is 4 minus, 6 minus 4 is 2 divided by 12, and this 2 goes to 12 how many times? To itself it goes 1 times, to 12 it goes 6 times. So x it is equals to 1 over 6. Let's look for 1 over 6 there. Then we found 1 over 6 to be at D. That is the answer. Okay, that's how you can solve that. Question 12. If 2 over 5 of the gemstones is 160, then find 1 over 2 of the gemstones. Okay. Now we could find it. Let's divide this into 5. So we know that, for example, this, it's 1 2 3 4 5. So 2 of the boxes, they are equals to 160. 2 of the boxes, they are equals to 160. So this is 160. And then another 2 boxes equals to 160. We know that is given information. The question is, if 2 boxes that are equals to 160, these are the 2 boxes. These are the 2 boxes. Okay, here. Now, what about 1 box? So let's divide this by 2 to know what does 1 box equals to. This is equals to 80. So we know that 1 box, it is equals to 80. We can use that. Now, to make things easier now, let's write all these boxes now nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, which means here it's 80, here it's 80, here it's 80, here it's 80, here it's 80. That's really nice. Now, they want to know the half of that. Okay, now we can now find the total of this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that this, if we can add all this, is the same as multiplying that by 5. Now we get the total of that, and then we can divide that by 2. Okay, or we say we have a total of that and we multiply by 1 over 2. So it's one and the same thing. So what is 80 times 5? Another way we could get that, it's simple. We can do that by adding this. What is this? We can just simply add that all together in there. This is giving us 0. What is 6 plus? 6 is 12. Now, 12 plus 8 is 20. Another 0, 2. 2 plus 1 plus 1, it's 4. Then we have got 400. So now this gives us 400 divided by 2. What is that? That is 200. Then now we know our answer is B. Our answer is B, is 200. So that is another method which you could use to solve this problem. Question 13. If the perimeter of the following figure is 168 meters, then find the value of P. We need to find out what the P is. Now, we are given only 3 things. We are given this side, which is 48 meters, and we are given this side, which is 20 meters, and then we are also given this short side, which is P. So now if we have to draw this, let me use a blue color. If we have to continue with, I'm just going to draw this quickly, straight that side, which means we have this side as our 20 meter, and then this side it's our P. So that gives us 20 plus P. Give us 20 plus P for that side. Okay, now we don't know this side. Let's call this side X. We don't know what that side is. Okay, so if we call it X, the question is, we are left with one side, so we know that side. The whole of this side is X. Now, what is this portion here? I'm going to put that in red. What is this distance here? We don't know that distance now because we know 48. So we know from here up to there, it's 48. But we don't know from there to there, it's X. So here we will have the whole distance 48 minus X will give us this distance that is marked in red. Now we have got everything now. Okay, we have got 20 plus P, we have got 48, we've got 20, we have got 48 minus P, and we have got P, and we have got X. We can add all this together, will give us what we are looking for. Give us 168. Now let's add them together. Let's start with 20 plus P plus X. Okay, 20 plus P. Now I'm going that side. I'm added this side. I'm going this side, and I'm going. I've got that, and I've got P plus P and plus 48 minus X plus 20. then plus 48. All this must give us 168. Okay, then I check what I have. Now I can see I've got a like terms there, and then I've got a like terms there, and this cancels that. You can see it's x minus x. Okay, now those two, they give me 2p. They give me 2p. Okay, and those ones they cancel, they give us 0. Now what about 20 plus 20? If I add this, now I'm going to write something here quickly in white. I'm going to have plus 168. Now I've got that 20 plus 20 is giving me 40. So I've got 40 right there. Now I'll come here, I've got 48 plus 48. What is that? Then I can have my 48 plus 48. Now I need to add all this together. I need to add this with that and with that and with that. Then I will come and put them right here. Now what is 0 plus 8 plus 8? It is 16. Then I've got that. What is 4 plus 4 plus 4? It is 12 plus 1, which is 13. 13 is 136. Then I've got what is 168 minus 136. 8 minus 6 is 2. 6 minus 3 is 32. Then my answer here is 32, because 1 minus 1 is 0. And I've got 2p divided by 2 both sides. Then that will cancel out. Okay, then I've got p equals to 32 divided by 2. It is 16. Then the answer here, it is C. Okay, the answer is C. Question 14. In a SAPMO, there are 50 seats per row. Each row has 40 seats. The first 500 pay 8 rand per ticket. They pay 8 rand per ticket, and the rest pay 120 rand. I believe it meant to say the first 500 pay 8 rand per ticket and the rest pay 120 rand. The expected revenue for a film, if all the seats are occupied, is, now let's calculate that. We have got 50 seats per row, and each row has 40 seats. So which means we have 50, let's use white color here, which means I've got 50 multiplied by, I'm gonna erase that quickly. I've got 50 multiplied by 40. It's the total number of seats. 0 times that, 0 times that, it's 0. We bring 0. 4 times 0, it is 0. 4 times 4, it is 20. Then we have got total number of 2,000 seats. This is the total number of the seats that we have. Then the first 500 seats, they pay 80 rand. What is that? Then we need to calculate that. Now the remaining seats, which is 1,500, they pay 120. Then we need to find these two values, add them together to find the total revenue. Now let's calculate that. This gives us okay, 0, 0, zeros. This is gonna be 0, 0, so I don't care about that one much. Now let's start with 0 here. 8 times 0 is 0, 8 times 0 is 0, 8 times 5 is 40. Okay, that's 40,000 rand. So now let's come to this one. This one is gonna be you will need some numbers here. 0, I've got 0 starting with the 0, 0, 0 there. Okay, this 0 times everything there on top is 0. Now I'm gonna use 2 now. I must have 0 first. 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 5 is 10, carry 1, 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Now I'm gonna use this. How many numbers behind it is 2? 1, 2. Bring those zeros. Then 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 5, it is 5. 1 times 1, it is 1. I need to add all of this. Zeros, 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 and zeros. 3 plus 5, 8, 1 there. So I need to add 180,000 plus 40,000. 0 plus 0 is 0 plus 0 plus 0. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 0 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus 8 is giving me 12. So I've got 1, carry 1 there. Then 1 plus 1 is 2. So the total revenue is 220,000. 220,000. That is E. Okay. Question 15. How much does 2 liters of oil cost if 750 milliliter cost 12 rand at the same rate? Now again, the more we increase the milliliters, then the more the cost will increase. That tells us that this is simply a direct proportional. So let's start by saying I've got 750, which costs me 12 rand, and then 2 liters is the same as 2,000 milliliters. This cost me X. I don't know what that is. I can cross multiply with that and cross multiply that with that. So I've got 750 times X, and I've got 12 times 2,000. Okay, then I will divide this by 750 to cancel the 750 from there. Then this cancels out, and I'm left with X. Now I want to know what this is. Okay, to simplify things here, I can cancel out the 0. 1 0 cancel out with 1 0. So I'm left with 12 multiplied by 200 divided by 75. Let's calculate that quickly. Let's try a blue pen quickly. Now I've got 200 multiplied by 12. I want to know what that is. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 2 it's 4. And then 1, I bring the 0 first. 1 times 0 there is 0. 1 times 0 there is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. So this gives me 2,400. Really? Hey, that's 24,000. Okay, That's better. Now, the next one. I've got that. Now, I've got this one. Now, I need to divide this by 75. So now I can use now a division. 75 divided by 2400. So let's do that. 75, does it go to 24? No. Does it go to 240? I think yes. Now let me use a guess method. And I'm going to multiply 75 by 5, for example. And I want to see what I get. If I multiply that, 5 times 5, it is 25. And 5 times 7 is 35, plus 2 is 37. 35 plus 2, 37. I guessed very far. This is too far. Now I'm going to guess with 3, for example. 75 times 3. That was really far away from 3 times 5. It is 15. Carry 1. 3 times 7. It is 21. Plus 2 is 22. So, I guessed almost. So then I know that that 75 goes to 240 3 times. Then 3 times 75 I know is 225. You see that? So, and I can erase this because I need to more space. I'm done with my guess for that. It helped me really to solve that quicker. Now, I want to carry on with this. Now, I need to borrow 1 from this guy. Then I'm left with 3. I've got 10 there. 10 minus 5, it is 5. 3 minus 2, it is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. Then I bring that there. So I'm going to try and guess that. 75 times 2, I know 2 times 5, it is 10. Carry 1. 2 times 7, it is 14 plus 1, it's 15. So write my 15, there it is. So this is 2. 2 times 75, it's 150, and this gives me 0, no remainder. So then I know my answer here, it is 32, which is A. Okay, remember what I was doing here. Cross multiplied here, and 12 multiplied by the 2000 and divide by 750. That's what I was solving on this side, and I got 32. Question 16. In 6 years' time, Sue will be half her father's age. How old was her father when Sue was born? Her father is 44 years old. So now, which means current age is that her father is 44 years old. So then, now after 6 years, so how old will be Sue's father after 6 years? So he will be 50. So it's gonna be 50 years old. So what is 50 divided by 2? That is 25. So Sue will be 25 years old after 6 years. Now the question is, how old was her father when Sue was born? Then since she will be 25 and then he will be 50, which means he was 25 years old also. Okay, he was 25 years old. So he was 25 years old. The father was just 25 years old. 25 plus 25 will give us his age, which is 50. So which means he was 25, because so is 25 after 6 years. So that is the answer. Question 17. A pole has length which is 10 meters more than its width. If the perimeter is 60 meters, then the width is, now let's analyze that. We have the pole. Let's say our pole is simply a rectangle, I like white. Let's say this is our pole. Okay, so now let's say our width. Now they say the length is 10 meters more than the width. So if this side is the width, so the length, which is width plus 10, okay, because it's 10 meters more than the width. Okay, so now we know what this is. So we know this is W, we know this is W plus 10. Then we know the perimeter of that, so we just need to add all that. Okay, so we can say W plus, which you can just say 2 times W, but I'm just doing it in another simpler way. This, if I add all this, must give me 60. Okay, so how many W's do I have here? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 W's. So then I can write 4 W's. How many 10s do I have here? I've got 1 and 2. That's 20. This is plus 20 equals to 60. Now I will have the 60 minus 20, which will give me 40. My pen is not writing. Why? I don't know. 40. Okay, that gives me that. So I will write it this side. So then now I've got 4W equals to 40. Okay, so I will divide both sides by 4. Then this will cancel out. Then I will have 40 divided by 4. It is 10. So which is my width? It is 10. And this is 10 meters. Okay, so I got that, which is D. Question 18. An article was marked down by 0.1 and then later reduced by further 0.2. What was the increase as a decimal fraction? What 0.1 is in terms of percentage is 10%. Okay, and 0.2 in terms of the percentage is 20%. So now we have this article. Let's assume that our article was 100 mark. It was marked out of it's 100%. It's perfect. Okay, now we come and we reduce that by 10%. After reducing that by 10%, reduced by 10%, then what is left? Then 90 is left. 90% is left. Then now we come and say, you know what? From 90, we are going to reduce by 20%. Now the question is, what is 20% of 90? Okay, first thing first, we have got 0.1. Now what is 20% of 90? Now we can simply find it by just multiplying 90 by 0.2. Okay, now remember again, you don't use a calculator, so the easiest way to deal with that is by saying 90 multiplied by, take the 2, treat the 2 as a normal value, like as in without decimals. Okay, now 2 times 0, or 0 times 2, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 9, it is 18. So you have got 180. Now you check, do we have any decimals to 90? No. Do we have any decimals that 2 has? Yes, we have got 1 decimal. So this, we cut it there. We put a decimal. We count, we have got only 1 decimal in these two numbers, which is 0. So, which means we have 18. Okay, which means we have 18. Now, 90% of that, it's 18. So now we are going to add that with 10%, the first amount that was reduced. This is giving us 28. Now we need to write this in terms of the decimals. So we have to divide that. Let's take it back to decimals. This is 28%. So we need to divide this by 100% to take it back to the decimals. So 100, does it go to 28? No. 0. Does it go to 280? Yes, it goes 2 times. Does it have a remainder? Yes, 80. Now, does it go to 800? Yes. How many times? 8 times. So the answer is this way. To convert 28 to decimals is 0.28. So the answer will be D. That will be the answer. Okay. Thank you for following this. And I believe there are different ways of solving the same problem. And whatever we solved from question 1 to question 18, you can solve those problems in different ways. So you can use different methods. However, remember, you don't use a calculator. Okay, so you need to be able to multiply the decimals, you need to be able to divide, you need to be able to do all this without using a calculator. So try it to show you how you can do that, how you can use your long division, how you can multiply, subtract, add without the use of a calculator, which is very important for you to master this method and for you to be able to also to understand and interpret the questions correctly, okay, in order to solve all this type of questions. I will try my best to do some other questions and make them available to you for practice. And the best thing is to really practice, get these questions, practice them, and get used to the language that is being used, get used to the technicality part of this type of questions. So get used to that, and you shouldn't have any problem solving any questions you will come across that it's like similar to what you have practiced. Thank you. Have a wonderful time.